Welcome back, and welcome back. Today we're going to do Gigi's twist on Taco Bell's Mexican pizza. Why try to get it at the Taco Bell when we can make it right here at home? I'm going to use olive oil. We're going to use some refried beans. Use any kind you feel comfortable with. We're going to use this enchilada sauce, a little tomato paste. We're going to use some tomatoes, some lettuce, some sour cream, avocado, some chorizo. We're going to use some cheese. You use whichever kind you want. We're going to use some hamburger meat, Taco Bell seasoning, and of course you need the flour tortillas. Here is your shot of everything we're going to use. Let's get cooking, you guys. All right. We've got our meat in here, and what we're getting ready to do is brown it up. We're just going to break it up. You know how I've showed you before how I like to baby my meat to get that taco meat consistency. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to brown this up. It's going to take about 10 minutes. I'm not putting any seasonings in that. All right, we've been cooking for 5 minutes. We're still going. You still see the pink. Maybe another 5 more minutes. All right, the meat is completely done. I'm going to go ahead and put that whole packet in there. I just want those seasonings in there. So I'm going to put that whole package in there, and then I'm going to put in a little bit of water. And then we're going to let it go. I'll be back. Now while our taco meat is simmering away, I'm going to go ahead and saute up some red onions. And I've already got my beans on. I'm just warming those through, but I did put about a tablespoon of garlic salt and a tablespoon of Mrs. Dash in there. I'm going to put a tablespoon of the olive oil in here. Hold on. All right, as you can see, our meat is done. I'm going to push that to the side. I'm going to go a little bit longer on these onions. If you want your onions to have a little bit of a bite, if you decide to do this part of it, you can stop right here. But I'm going to let mine go a little bit longer. Our beans are done. So now I'm going to move this off to the side, and we're going to start on our Taco Bell sauce. I'll be right back. All right, I am using the whole can of the enchilada sauce, and I'm going to use about half the can of the tomato paste, okay? I've got it in here. I don't need that. I'm going to need to use my whisk. And we're just going to put this on a medium-low heat. We don't want it to go too fast. That tomato paste is going to thicken this up. And disclaimer, this is no way, shape, or form Taco Bell's actual recipe for anything. I am just flying off the cuff, doing what I think tastes good, okay? All right? So, the onions are still going. Our meat is done. Our beans is done. As soon as this sauce gets done, I'm going to continue to cut the lettuce up. I've got tomatoes over there. Let's just keep going. I'll be back. All right, you see how that's bubbling up? That's all we needed to do. We just need to make sure that tomato paste gets incorporated into that enchilada sauce. I'll get my words out. Okay, and you see how smooth that is? It's where we want it to be. Now it's time to get started on the tortillas. And then we're going to start building, and it'll be time to eat. I know it's a lot of stuff going on in here, but I say it all the time. There's nothing you can buy out on those streets that you can't make at home yourself. And the good thing about making it at home yourself is you know the ingredients. You know whose paws was in your food. It's better. You can admit, you can add to, put your own spins and twists on things. It's just better to me. All right, so I'm going to set this off to the side. We're going to get started on those tortillas. I'll be back. Okay, I've already got my skillet on the eye, heating up. And now I'm going to show you something a little different, okay? This little thing here, we're just going to go through, and we're going to make a bunch of holes all the way through. What is this doing, you say? It's not going to completely stop it, but it's going to help prevent it. The bubbles. Yes, we're trying to cut back on some of those bubbles. So we're going to make a bunch of holes throughout this whole thing. Be safe, be careful, okay? But that's what we're doing. We're going to put a bunch of holes in this. Like I said, it's not going to prevent you from not getting any, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get some. But this will help us not get as many. All right? So that's what I'm going to proceed to keep doing. I'm going to probably put 100 holes in this thing, because I want mine to be as flat as possible. Got a little lettuce on there. That's what that is. Lettuce. Not mold, okay? I'm using the same cutting board. So I'm just going to go through and continue to keep putting holes on this. I'll be back. I don't know if you can see that. See all those holes in there? All right. So now we're going to go over to the pan. Use whatever kind of grease you want to use. I'm going to use olive oil. It's my preference. You can use regular cooking oil. You can use whatever kind of cooking oil, grease you want to use to fry this up, okay? Let's take you over to the stove. Okay, now when putting in your oil, you want to coat it up pretty good. So you're going to have to use a little bit more than you normally would, okay? You're going to have to make sure you get a nice little amount in there because you want this to fry, okay? And then you just take that little baby. Let me get me a spatula. Hold on. Okay, but like I said, especially with olive oil, you want to heat the pan before you actually put what you need in there. Look, see? We're just going to put that in there, and we're just going to let it do what it do. It doesn't take but a couple of minutes. You want to get it all coated all up, get it all fried all up, and then you put this on a cookie sheet, okay? And let it go ahead and drain on out. See what I mean when I say about the bubbles? You see those bubbles there? No matter what you do, you're going to get a few. No way around it. Just make a couple more as we go. But you're going to get some bubbles. But this helps prevent you putting those holes in it from getting as many. All right? So I'm going to cook this on one side, flip it over, and cook it on the other. I'll be back. All right, this is what 2 minutes look like. Doesn't that look delicious? 2 minutes. So 2 more minutes on the other side. Then I'm going to go in with and get a couple more of these done. I just wanted you to see what it looks like. Olive oil helps keep that pretty golden color going on. Yummo! All right, we're just going to keep going. I'll be back. All right, we've got number 2 in there. You see what I mean about little bubbles? It ain't going to hurt nobody, but we cut back on a lot of them. And they'll flatten out some of these when we flip it over. All right? Still going. I'll be back. All right. This is just a pizza pan that I wrapped in foil. So we're going to get some beans on here. You can limit yourself on how much you put on here. Or you can put on as much as you want. Completely up to you. I'm going to show you how I make mine, okay? Spread it all about. And like I said, when you make stuff at home, you can really, truly control the ingredients, which is definitely a blessing. And then you can also not put in what you don't want. Instead of having to pick stuff out, and when you pick things out and it's got the cheese on there, then you're losing half your cheese because you took something off. You didn't have to put it on there because guess what? You made it at home and you can make it any way you want to. All right? We're going to put some meat. I'm only going to build one at a time. We're going to put a little bit of meat on here. Well, not a little bit, but we're going to put some meat on here because, again, you get to control the ingredients. You get to put on here as much as you want or as little as you want. It's your rules, your kitchen, right? Mash that down a little bit. I can see how much more meat I want to put on here. There we go, because I want to take it to the end, because you want some of every bit of this in every single bite. All right, now this one I'm going to go ahead and put some of them onions in there. And if you don't like onions, don't put them in. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, make this once, you will be in love, and you're going to be like, Taco who? I don't need Taco Bell. I can make it myself. Okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with some of that cheese. But I also decided I'm going to use some pepper jack as well. Okay? And the cheese pretty much right now on this layer is more for glue effect. We want to make sure that next layer really sticks on there. Okay? We want to hold it together. We want it to be a double-decker. You know what I'm saying? A double-decker. Now we're going to go in with some of our Taco Bell sauce that we made. should have got a spoon for this. That's all right. But I need to get another shell first. There we go. See how pretty those shells are that we made? We did that. Put a little bit of that on there. And that enchilada sauce has a nice little kick to it. You don't need a whole lot. You really don't. You really don't. And I'm just going to brush this all about, because I want it to be as evenly as possible. The best way to get that effect for me is just to use a brush, because I want it all about. Alright? Look at that. Told you can make this at home yourself. Nothing you can't do at home yourself. Alright? And then, what do you think we're going to go on with next? Oh my goodness, let me see what my puppy's... I'll be right back. You know I do have a spoiled little puppy at home. So we're going to go in with that cheese. And if you want to put some more meat on this on this layer, do it. Your kitchen, your pizza, your food, do how you want to do it. You definitely want to try to make sure you get some to all the edges. Alright? You can use cheddar. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want on this dish. Any kind at all. I've got my oven preheating at 350. It's only going to be in there for a couple of minutes. Doesn't take long at all. Look at that. Add as much cheese as you want, or as little as you want. Yum, yum. I'm telling you, you got to make some. Alright? Now she is going in the oven for just long enough to melt the cheese. So anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. Could even be 5 minutes depending on your oven. I'll be right back. Now, how do we finish her up? Simple. Go in with those tomatoes. Spread them all about. Yes, put those tomatoes on there. Then the next thing we're going to do, sprinkle her with green onions. Yum, yum, and yum. Now I'm going to plate her up, let her have her close-up, and I'll be back. There she is. Oh my goodness. Our version, okay? Our version, because we did this together. Our version of Taco Bell's Mexican pizza. Yes, my mouth is watering. Put a little cilantro there, a little bit of lime if you choose. Things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. Please like, subscribe, and oh yeah, feel free to share. See what we are doing up in here? All day, every day. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. Know that you're going to see Gigi on the next one. Oh my goodness.